what we have is fixed, but what we can get from that asset is limitless. A young girl who doesn't know her self-worth, who doesn't know what she carries, who doesn't see herself as somebody who is priceless, she's likely to be manipulated or to be abused in a relationship. Understanding that this thing I have is fixed help you to guard it. Hi guys, hello beauties. Welcome back to another episode of the Girl Chat series. I'm super excited that you tuned in for another conversation in this series. Thank you so much. You are amazing. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel, the Girl to Mom channel. My name is Yemi, and this channel is all about inspiring you to own your life, live up to your potentials, and to be your best self. But we are currently on the Girl Chat series where we discuss issues relating to adulting as a lady. So please feel free to join the conversation, leave your comments, share your thoughts, your opinion with us in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, okay? I'm so happy that you're here. All right, so before we go into the conversation for today, I just want to know, how are you guys doing? How are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. How's work? How's family? How's life? How's everything you're doing? How's studies? How's school? How are you just doing generally, okay? I've been really fine. I've been doing great. I'm well. Aside from the weather is so hot, super hot right now. And it just reminds me of my home country, Nigeria. You know, I just feel somehow happy, hot, everything combined. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm happy, and I hope you are doing great wherever you are. Please continue to stay safe and be healthy, okay? So today we are going to be talking about this topic: use what you have to get what you want. Well, it's not really a topic. It's like a sentence, a phrase, a very familiar phrase, right? Use what you have to get what you want. And I remember during my NYC, when I was serving my country in Nigeria, during that 1 year period, there was this time I served in the government parastatal in Abuja. So during this period, we were like 3 ladies on our floor. We're not the only core members in the company, in the parastatal, but we were 3 on that in that space, in our corner, right? So one day we were just having our usual girl discussion, and it was at the time that BlackBerry was still like the reigning phone, the phone that was like, popularly used. And then there was also Samsung. So I remember these 2 ladies wanted to get new phones, and one of them, let's say Lady A and Lady B. So Lady A wanted to get a BlackBerry phone, while Lady B wanted to get a Samsung phone. All 3 of us were using a BlackBerry phone at the time, I guess. Yes, we're all using a BlackBerry phone, but Lady A was using the latest BlackBerry at the time. And I remember that during this period, it was when BlackBerry wanted to release the latest, I think it was Q10, Z10 at the time. Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was either Q10 or Z10. I think those 2 came out at the same time. So I remember we're just talking about it, and I asked Lady A, are you going to sell this phone that you're currently using and then you add more money to it to get the latest phone, the one you want to buy? She was like, no, she's not going to do that. She's going to keep the phone. She's going to get the new phone anyways. And we're like, the phone is expensive, you can't afford. And she was like, she's going to use what she has to get what she wants. Use what you have to get what you want. And we're all like, hey, big girl and all that. The other lady struggled, like she saved up to buy that Samsung phone. But anyway, that was the first, when I was thinking about this topic, that was the first incident, the first example that came to my mind. And then another one that came to my mind was now not with my age mates, like my age grade. It was with someone who was much older, still in that office. So this man was like my superior. He wasn't the boss, but as a core member, he was a superior to me. So he sent me to the accounts department to drop some documents, and then they sent me back to him. So when I got back to him, he took the document and it was kind of like writing something on the note. And I was just looking at him. And then he was like, oh, you're looking at what I'm doing, right? You are trying to learn what I'm doing here, right? Let me tell you, in this world, you use what you have to get what you want. And I was like, So yes, those are the two instances that I remember clearly hearing that sentence, like that phrase, use what you have to get what you want. But let me know in the comment section, have you guys heard this phrase in a positive context? Because for me, I've heard it more in a negative context than in a positive context. But let me know in the comment section, when, like, in what situation did you ever hear or use this phrase? Okay, let me know in the comment section. But really, if you look at it, if you look at it in the literal meaning, like ideally you are supposed to use what you have to get what you want, right? It is what you have on the inside, your potentials, your goodies, your assets, that you're supposed to leverage on to receive value from people in the world, right? We were designed to be interdependent. Nobody was designed to be independent. I can do that all by myself. At one point in your life, there has to be an exchange. You would need people, right? And you cannot just expect to keep receiving from people without giving. So the value you're going to give someone depends on what you have, right? So really, you have to use what you have to get what you want. And that's why countries embark on international trade. You know, you give what you have and then they give you what they have in return, right? And that's how relationships work. I need love, you give me support, I support you, you support me. It's basically an exchange of value in whatever sense we want to look at it from. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you will get value exactly the way you give value. It doesn't mean that because I call you every day, you must call me every day. It doesn't mean that because I attended your wedding, you must attend my wedding, right? It doesn't mean that because I cook for you, you have to cook for me. No, it means that if I like food that somebody cooks and you cook for me as a friend because you understand that is my love language, or that's my love language, you can do that for me. It doesn't mean I have to do exactly what I receive from you, right? So what I'm saying is that value is relative. It doesn't mean that it has to be exactly the same thing when I'm talking about, you know, exchange of value. God has given everyone something to work with, to leverage. So really, that's not the problem here. That being said, so I think that the focus now is on what you have. That's what you and I have, what we have. That's where I want us to look at the conversation from, that thing that you have. Because I feel like what we have is fixed. I feel like what we have is fixed, but what we can get from that asset is limitless, right? It's temporary. Whatever it is that you're going to use your special asset or what you have to get is temporary. Which means, or what I'm saying is that, let's say I have a particular skill. I can always use that skill to get whatever it is that I need at every time. So if I need food at this time, I can leverage that skill. If I need friendship some other time, I can leverage that skill. If I need money some other time, I can leverage that skill. Which means that that thing is fixed. But what it can get me, what I can derive, what I can receive from that asset, from that thing that I have, is limitless, right? That's the first thing I want to say. Just like the examples I gave, whatever it is that my friend used to get that phone is her asset, is inside her, she has it. Whatever skill that the boss used to change figures, it's inside him. But whatever it is they can use, they can get from that asset is limitless. Today she can get a phone. Tomorrow she can get maybe clothes. Next tomorrow she can get maybe shoes. I'm just using these examples for lack of another example. Okay. So understanding that this thing I have is fixed, help you to guard it, to secure it, to nurture it in such a way that it will keep fetching you things that you want. And you know, you can agree with me that whatever it is that you have, that I have, that we don't take care of, it depreciates. If you don't nurture something, it dies. If you have a beautiful plant and you don't water it, you don't take care of it, you don't nurture it, it dies. Even if the plant has potentials to flourish. So whatever choice you make, understanding that this asset that I have is fixed, you know, and it can get me anything that I want to get, it helps you to guard it, to nurture it, to take care of it, and to defend it, to keep it, to make sure that it is always there. So another thing I want to highlight is that you need to know what you have. You need to know what you have before another person figures it out for you, right? And sometimes that is the case, that people help you to figure out what you have. Yes, it happens. You know, your parents, your friend, your coach, your mentor. Sometimes people help you to figure out that thing that you have. But the bad side of it is that, you know, when someone who is not a good person, when they figure out what you have before you, they're likely to exploit you, right? They're likely to manipulate you. And that's why you see cases where a young girl who doesn't know her self-worth, who doesn't know what she carries, who doesn't see herself as somebody who is priceless, she's likely to be manipulated or to be abused in a relationship. Just the same way someone who doesn't know how much their skill is what is likely to be exploited in a company, in an organization, right? So I was watching this movie. I saw the movie a long time ago, Behind Our Eyes, on Netflix. It's a series, Behind Our Eyes. Yes, I think so. It's a short series on Netflix. I totally love that series so much. And if you haven't seen it, please go and watch it. It's quite interesting. Maybe a little boring at the beginning, but it's a really interesting one. You should see it. So if you've seen the movie, you'd realize that Rob, or is it Bob now, that guy, he figured out the full potential. Like, he saw the bigger picture of what that girl had. In this case, she knew her gift, she knew what she had, but she didn't see the potentials, or she didn't lean into how much this thing can do, or she didn't want to. Maybe she didn't want to because of her experience. She didn't want to. She covered it up to an extent. But this guy went ahead, read up on her gifts, saw what it could do, and then he exploited it. He manipulated her because of that knowledge that he had. So what I'm trying to say is that much more than knowing what you have, you want to be aware of it, you want to know it in and out, and you want to know what that gift can give you. Like I said, your gift, that asset, that thing, what you have is fixed. No one can take it away from you. But you need to know what this thing can give you. You need to know, you need to understand that this thing that I have is so powerful. It's so powerful that whatever it is I need, this thing, I can leverage it. Also, I want you to understand that it is fixed. And the choice is yours to either nurture it so that it can keep giving you things, it can keep bringing you value, it can keep giving you anything you want. Know that it is fixed, but it could depreciate, it could wear out if you don't guard it. Someone can snatch it from you if you don't take care of it. So if you're watching and you are currently at this point that you're clueless, you're trying to figure out what you have, you don't even know where to begin, I have a free workbook for you, and it's something that I've shared a lot on my channel. It's a free workbook. I'm going to leave it in the description box for you, and I'll always encourage everyone to constantly check the description box, because sometimes I may leave resources for you that I may not even remember to share in the videos. So the free workbook is in the description box. It guides you to own your life, to know exactly what it is that you have, it helps you to be self-aware, to know what you have, okay? And I'm also working on a tool, a resource that will help you to know your potentials and to see its bigger picture and how to use it, how to actually use it, that it will work for you. So that's why I would encourage you, if you're not already subscribed to this channel, this is the time to subscribe. Turn on your bell notification so that you don't miss out on any free resource or any juicy content tool that I have for you, okay? So that is all I have for you guys in today's video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were able to pick something from the conversation. Maybe I was a little here and there, but in summary, what I'm trying to bring out from this conversation is that, number one, know your assets, know what you have. Number two, guard it, nurture it so that it can keep bringing you things that you need throughout your adulting. And number three, make sure that you see that thing that you have in its full potential. You see what it can give you. And I'm not saying that you should do this in a hurry. I'm not saying if you should put pressure on yourself trying to figure out or trying to see the bigger picture. And that's why, like I said, I have a tool that will guide you, and I'm also working on tools that will help you without pressure, without stress, okay? That's another thing that I said. And also, make sure that the choices you make concerning what you have are choices that will help your assets not to depreciate, but to remain intact. In fact, if it's anything is going to happen to it, is to develop it, is to grow it in a way that it keeps giving you greater value. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinion. Let me know what you have to say concerning these statements. Use what you have to get what you want, or what do you have? What comes to your mind? What do you think when you hear these sentences, these phrases? Okay, I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Thank you for your support, your love, your attention. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. You are amazing, and I love you all. Bye.